If you're seeing this, then this is your Tarot Tuesday message. Welcome. My name is Lara. Settle in. We're going to talk a little bit about the astrology of the coming week. We've got the tarot cards. We've got the oracle cards. If you've been here before, you know how this goes. If you've never been here though, we're so excited to have you, and welcome back to everybody who's coming back to see this video again. We are taking a look at the week ahead, the next 7 days. This video is being posted on August the 5th, and this goes through August 11th. So we're covering that whole week. If you are finding this video, and I've got eyeshadow all over my face, just ignore that. If you're finding this video, oh my God. It's like a 3-year-old did my makeup, but it was just me. If you're finding this video and it is within that week of August 5th, anywhere between August 5th or 11th, these are the energies that we're working with, okay? And this is all the astrological happenings that we are all swimming under together. The forecast, one might say. If you're finding this video and it is not in between August 5th or August 11th. This is 2025, by the way. If you are not there on the calendar, don't worry. It's fine. Time isn't linear. These messages are timeless, okay? So whenever you're going to find it, that is exactly the right time for you to find it. You can trust that you're finding this whenever you need it. And these are general readings, so you decide what in these readings are helpful for you. It's not going to be super specific because we have a lot of energies that we're reading together. Okay, this is for the collective of people that are finding this video, myself included. Okay, I'm not exempt from this. All right, just so you know. And if you're finding it, you know, at any point, these are the patterns, the themes, the behaviors, what have you, energies that you may be currently dealing with. So use your best judgment. This is, you know what's right for you. I encourage you to decide for yourself. What a novel idea. Okay. You're going to know much more specifically about what's going on with your situation than I am. Okay. But, so take what you like, leave what doesn't resonate with you. And, hopefully, my only hope is that you get a little bit of insight, maybe a little bit of clarity, a little helpful hint on how to navigate through the next 7 days, wherever you are. If nothing else, hopefully it's a little entertaining. So there you go. All right. You're welcome. All right. Entertainment purposes. Okay. So that's what it is. That's what it is. Let's jump into talking about the astrology, shall we? What wild times we're in here. All kinds of things are happening. It's where we are in the northern hemisphere, where I am in the northern hemisphere, is dead of August summer. So it's already been a hot one. We've still got some space to go. We are full-fledged into Leo season. Big Leo energies, okay? And, all of that is like self-expression. Leo is heart-centered. It is courageous. It's heart-centered and solar plexus chakra because it is the I am, right? That spark, the I am, it's, dramatic, it's taking center stage, okay? It's the lion, it's courageous, it's confidence, it's also inner child. So all of that energy is surrounding us in the Leo season. Last week was a big week. This week is also going to be a big week, okay? When it rains, it pours. So this week we have officially seen Chiron enter into retrograde. So we have at minimum 4 between the planets and asteroids. Technically Chiron's an asteroid, but between the planets and asteroids, we've got 4. What do we have? Chiron just went retrograde. There's so many that I can barely keep up. Chiron just went retrograde. Chiron is the wounded healer archetype. So if you're feeling especially vulnerable or triggered or wounded, this is your opportunity to heal that, okay? I think it's in Aries. A lot of this retrograde energy is also in Aries. I know that Saturn is retrograde in Aries. Neptune is in Aries. Don't quote me on that one. Is Pluto also retrograde? It's a lot. Chiron, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Mercury. So is that 5? Girl, it's a lot to keep track of. I know it, okay? So that's what's going on. Mercury is also retrograding in Leo. So heavy Leo energy, heavy Aries energy as well, okay? Lots of fire. So if you've been feeling fiery, that's why. And all of this stuff in retrograde too, retrogrades are meant to be reflective. So this is really bringing up opportunities for us to see what has been working, see what has not been working. Closing those doors on the past, especially Mercury retrograde, girl, I don't know about you, but they are all coming back in full force. Some of them I'm like, I haven't. It's been 5 years. What do you mean? It's been 5 years and we hung out one time. Come on, be more predictable. Jeez. So, right? So anyway, all of that energy, there's a lot going on. Chiron just entered retrograde. This week, we also see our full moon in Aquarius, okay? So that's going to bring a whole new kind of energy. Full moons are the highest lumination point of the lunar cycle. Okay, it's when she's biggest and brightest. Aquarius too. Pluto is in Aquarius right now. Aquarius energy, it is weird. It's a little alien, okay, but it's also really community focused. And it is innovation and technology, okay? So a lot of things I think are going to be culminating. I have a feeling it's going to be weird, as if it wasn't weird enough already. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what kind of themes. There will be your full moon reading available, so hang tight for that. The full moon is actually happening on August 9th. August 9th, which is Saturday. So it's like, I don't know, like 2 something in the morning on Saturday Eastern Standard Time. So in between Friday and Saturday, we're going to see that full moon. Also, we have just entered the Lion's Gate around the 26th or the 28th. So that's very recent. We're going to see the culmination of the Lion's Gate portal. This is when the star Sirius lines up directly with our sun. And there is like extra energy. Sirius is considered our spiritual sun. So where our solar sun, like our solar system sun, the sun, this is our essence, our life force, our physical bodies, okay? The Lion's Gate energy, the Sirius energy is our spiritual sun. So this can, a lot of things can shift under this energy. It is big energy. It's potent energy. I'm particularly sensitive to it myself. So there's going to be a lot going on, girl. Let's go ahead, though, without further ado. And that Lion's Gate portal is going to be open until the 11th. And then hopefully we'll see Mercury and his retrograde. Oh my goodness. Can we get a little relief? This is the year, though. This is the year. This is what it is. The systems, the structures, right? It's all being illuminated because what's working and what's not working and what is not working is not working anymore. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's not working. Okay. So that's sort of the tip of the iceberg of the astrology. Of course, there's all kinds of conjunctions and squares and T's and I'm not technically an astrologer, so I don't keep up on all that. It makes me crazy if I do. So, but it's good to have a good handle. Like, I want to know if it's going to rain at the very least, right? So that's the kind of, that's the astrology I'm keyed into. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive into our cards, shall we? I actually was just shuffling for our Oracle of Mystical Moments, and I need to get the card. It fell on the floor. So let me pick that up because that's going to be our vibe for the week. Okay. Give me 1 second. Yo, the sound I made, so ridiculous when I saw the ooh. Because yeah, we have keys on trees. Wasn't it just last week that we got the perfect key? I feel like that was our card for last week. So keys are still incredibly important. That is so weird too, because keys are really coming up for me right now. But you see this elephant is up here in this cage, in this very tall tower. The key is, keys are hanging on all of these trees. So I think there's something here about help being available if you know where to reach out and find it. The elephant symbolism too is like very much, like an elephant never forgets. And that's coming up really strongly for me right now. But let's see if I'm onto anything here. Hey, shush. They outside. Good for you. Okay, where are we? This is number 49. Aha, solutions. Okay, yes. The solution is available. It's also talking about believing in yourself and creativity. I mean, I'm here for it. Let's go. So, keys on trees. On the top of a winding, shiny metal tower, there is an elephant captured in a cage. A vast jungle of giant trees and plants surrounds him. But the elephant is not distressed. There are keys hanging from the trees. If he picks one, he can open the cage and release himself into the wild. No situation is too complicated to be solved. Look in unexpected places for answers. You have the creativity to find the way out. I know I sure do. If anybody's got creative solution, problem solving, it's me. So I think this week already what we're picking up on, whatever issues that you are running into, maybe that's internal issues, just your own subconscious blockages, or it's literal issues as far as like your physical world. Usually those are connected. Let's be real. It's this week we will be encouraged to get creative about our problem solving in finding those solutions. The solution is like right there for you. And I think that's so interesting because last week we had something similar, the perfect key to unlock, right? And open ourselves up and free ourselves. So I think that's so interesting. But let's go ahead. We've got our spicy oracle as well. Okay, let's get a few here. Just 3 off the top here. Let's go. 3 of them. Okay, so there's like a lot of commitment to whatever creative solution that you're coming up with this for this week. All of these are very like commitment focused. We have, of course, I will. Okay. Tattoos or it didn't happen. Okay, because tattoos are a commitment. You don't just go getting a tattoo willy unless it's a fake tattoo, right? And then I do. So I really feel like we're looking at I do, of course I will. Tattoos or it didn't happen. So I feel like this week we're getting a lot of confidence as far as that creative problem solving and finding those solutions. It's thinking outside of the box, okay? Also, with the elephant on this tower, yes, it's in the cage, but getting above the problem to solve it is also something, you know, like bird's eye view. I think that will be beneficial as well. Distancing yourself from the problem so that you can get creative about it. You may be too close to the fire and too interconnected emotionally to what's happening. You need to step away and disconnect and see with like an objective perspective. Okay. But you're committed to it, whatever that is. You're committed to finding this solution for sure. That's what the spicy oracle is saying. So we're going to see what the tarot has to say, shall we? Okay. Is this making sense so far? I hope so. And I think it's also something here, like your commitment to finding the creative solutions. I feel like you've been in this position before. Okay. For whatever reason, the like winding pathway up, like you found yourself here before. So reminding yourself to get creative about wherever it is you are this week in order to get to free yourself and get yourself out. But let's see what the cards have to say about that. So if we, am I on the right track here? What do we have? What messages do we have for our collective this week? Could we please have, there's 1 and 2. Could we have one more card? That's it. Number 3. Okay. Interesting. Okay. What do we have here? Wow. Okay. Give me a second to sit with this. All right, let's see if we can make some sense of it. We're going to start at the bottom of the deck. These are your shadow cards. Okay, so shadow cards are coming up from the subconscious. This is your subconscious energy. Right below the surface for you. Okay. And this energy that's here, this is running the entire show. Okay, so whether you're aware of this energy or not, it exists in your shadow, in your subconscious mind, and this is what is running the show for you. Okay? This is your driving force. The King of Swords here, again, getting a higher perspective. I think there's something to be said here. My neighborhood is so noisy right now. And that's, oh, I guess my one window is cracked open. Sorry. I live in New York, whatever. Other people exist. Go figure. But you've got the King of Swords energy. The King of Swords is really good about finding, you know, this is the, oh gosh, what is it? You have the wise mind, okay? The wise mind is what is being informed by not just your logical mind or your emotional space. This is when you're utilizing both and relying on the information of both your emotions and your logical brain, making your decisions. Again, creative problem solving. The King of Swords is up here on the mountains. Okay, maybe tapping into that intuition. There's so much here, especially with the raven or the crow. Okay, owls, birds are definitely known as messengers of the divine. Bats also, I think there's an element here with a bat because, you know, bats rely on sonar rather than being able to actually see. So what are you seeing with your other senses, not just what is right in front of you? And that's what the King of Swords is here. So it's a very, like, there is a level of detachment involved in that, but not in an unhealthy way. This is really more about tuning in. Okay. And tuning in here with the Four of Cups to all of those beautiful things. We've got the Four of Cups in reverse here. So we're starting to see too, as we're rising above whatever this particular situation is that you're looking for solutions, we're rising above it, but we are also tapping into a space of gratitude. We're finding more appreciation for where we actually are, the things we have in this moment. Okay. I've actually been saying this over the last couple days, which I think is so interesting that this is coming up because I've been saying I am living the life of my dreams, even if I'm not exactly where I want to be yet. Okay. I am on the road. I am on the path. I am on my way. It's just that, like, when I am envisioning the life I want, I'm sitting, point B along the path, there was a whole entire journey. So I am here enjoying the journey and so grateful that I am living my dream, even if it's not where I want, even though I got to get real creative about some of this stuff myself. So we're leaning into that appreciation and that gratitude a little bit more. I think even so in these partnerships and connections that haven't worked out, with the Two of Cups in reverse. So Mercury retrograde, I think is, this is a time when you're really starting to see, where things not working. And this could be romantic, but it could be any kind of relationship here with the Two of Cups. Whatever it is, it's something that with the Six of Cups, you've been missing it, whether you had it or not in your past, you've been missing it and you're searching for it, okay? But there's been a lot of disappointment along the way. Regardless, we're definitely moving through all of that. And coming to see how with the Seven of Swords in reverse, there's a lot of imposter syndrome coming up. And that imposter syndrome, that is showing as a real blockage on the path of creating whatever plan you need, right? So if you're coming up with creative solutions, you've got to get an execution plan set. It is this imposter syndrome that is been making that impossible for you. Okay. But there is balance coming in with the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Wands and Two of Pentacles. That's 2-2. So if 22 is a significant number for you, if you see 222, maybe. All right. But that's what's coming up from the subconscious. As far as what we're going to be working through this week, all right, I'm seeing a whole lot of healing coming in. The early part of our week, we're actively releasing a lot of anxiety. Okay. We're finding rest where before it was sleepless nights and a lot of anxiety. Okay. A lot of what if, a lot of unknown that was making you really nervous. Okay. You're releasing all of that. I think there's an element here of just really letting go of certain things are in your control and other things are not. At this point, it all just has to work out. Okay? Okay? But releasing that anxiety. Okay? Because a lot of times when we're anxious about something, it's not helping the situation. If anything, it's probably making it worse. Because it does a number on your nervous system. So also maybe nervous system repair will be really important for you the beginning part of this week. And a lot of the stress that you're releasing, we do have the Emperor energy coming through here. So when you can release this anxiety, that's when your divine strategy is coming through. Do you see how this energy is sort of pouring into the chess piece that the Emperor is holding? This is Mars energy. It's Aries, Aries energy. It's strategy. Okay. Mars is an Aries. This is the god of war, but also it's action. More so it's action. We think of war and we think of something very specific, but it's action. It's standing your ground, holding your defenses. There's strategy to war, right? So whatever, this creative solution is certainly coming this week with the Emperor. And a lot of that too, whatever solution is coming up for you, whatever creative problem solving that will make its way to you, we have the Ace of Cups here with our final card. make sure that you are, as you're releasing the anxiety, when you have the divine strategy, I'm seeing like an aha moment coming in here. But there is still a real need to care for yourself. Okay? Prioritizing self-care. There's emotional upheaval that's coming with this for sure. A lot of releasing anxiety, releasing tension too. Emotionally, a lot of times, that's opening the floodgates. When you finally let go, that's when it all comes up to the surface. So don't be surprised if by the end of the week, also we have the full moon. And the full moon is about clearing. It's the harvest in the lunar cycle. Okay? So it's the full moon and all of this stuff is retrograde. There's a lot. You're purging a lot. Okay? So give yourself some credit here as well. And take really, really good care of yourself. Okay? Because you deserve it. But we're getting above these problems. That creative solution is coming in, that divine strategy. We're alleviating that stress, okay? And it's something that we feel really good about committing to with our strategy. It feels like that's been important to you too. I think the reason it's been hard, like we had the Two of Wands in reverse here, in our shadow card. The reason that's been difficult, yes, is because of the imposter syndrome. But there's something about this plan that is really, I think, helping heal that imposter syndrome. And it's something that it's not going to create any anxiety, right? You're already releasing a lot of the anxiety, but the plan itself will help to release even more of the anxiety, and the plan will help you heal. So if you've been overwhelmed by trying to figure out what your plan is, okay, maybe you already have the idea, you just haven't been able to execute the plan because of the emotional stuff around it. I really feel like this is the week that we're kind of breaking through on that, okay? And honestly, what happens, because this is what happens every single week, is that I'm like, I don't know, does this make sense? Like, you let me know if this makes sense. And then I'll see somebody else who has been reading longer than I have and who is better at it than I am will say something, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's a much more concise and profound way of saying what I was trying to say in the Tarot Tuesday. But I like to post those in my stories. If you want a little extra insight. But anyway, does that make sense? I think that makes sense for me. I could use it. So you can bring all of that to me. Bring it my way. As far as whether or not that makes sense to you, I hope that it does. I hope there's a little something in there for you. Let me know in the comments. Drop your comments down below. Also, like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel. I've got these Tarot Tuesday videos that come out pretty much every week. I very rarely skip a week unless something crazy is happening, but pretty much every week. Again, we're going to keep your eyes peeled later this week, because we will have on Saturday, I will post our full moon. That's right. Our full moon in Aquarius messages. And yeah, honestly, probably this will all be making a lot more sense once I get myself there, right? Okay, I gotta live through it and experience it myself, and so do you. So let me know how it goes. I am here with you. If you have questions about me or would like to connect with me in other ways, get at me. There's information in the description box down below. And yeah, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you on the other side.